Welcome to Catholic Mom Mindset, a daily show where you learn to walk closely with the Holy Spirit so you can live the life God is calling you to. I'm your host, Sterling Jaquith. Let us begin. Today, we're continuing our conversation about relationships, and we're talking about your relationship with your husband. So you have lots of thoughts about your husband, yummy thoughts, wonderful thoughts, frustrating thoughts, annoying thoughts. All of these thoughts make up your relationship about your husband. And if you're finding that you have more negative thoughts about your husband than you want, right, it is within your power to change your thoughts about him, even if his behavior doesn't change at all. And tomorrow we're going to talk about manuals and what having a manual is for someone. But just before we do that, I want you to use your brain to think about wonderful things about your husband. How is he great? How are you glad you have that husband and not somebody else's husband? How do you see that your husband really was a perfect choice for you? Both in the good ways and the incredible things that you've done together, but also in the ways that he has held up a mirror and showed you what your own work is in order to become a saint. Because marriage is a relationship where we both lead each other to heaven. And that isn't just holding hands and skipping on the highway of grace to heaven. A lot of it is saying, hey, you're being a little self-focused right now. Hey, you're living in the land of vice and not the land of virtue. Hey, have you prayed about that? How is your relationship with the Lord? One of the reasons why marriage is such a challenging relationship is because they see so much more of us than anyone else. So I've often said to my husband, everyone else thinks I'm cooler than you do. And he said, yeah, nobody knows you as well as I do. And I could choose to be like crushed by that. Because that could mean, oh, if everyone knew me the way that he knew me, then people wouldn't like me as much. That is a way that I could interpret that. But another way that I can interpret it is by saying, yeah, this guy who's seen everything about me, my hardest days, it's been 12 years, still loves me, still chooses me, still is designing a whole life with me. That's pretty incredible. And so, yeah, our friends have a shallower understanding of us, but that doesn't mean that it's better or worse. But the point of a marriage relationship is to lead each other to heaven. That is why it's so much deeper, why there's so much more vulnerability and transparency. And that's why it's so much more painful. We can hurt our spouses more than we can hurt anyone else because we open ourselves up to each other more than we do anyone else. And so if your relationship with him is just the sum total of thoughts that you have about him, I want you to know that you could radically improve your relationship even if he doesn't change at all. You could just begin to see him in a new way. I want you to do that today. I want you to look at that guy and be like, what do I love about that guy? Why is he a great dad? Why is he a great husband? Why does the Lord love this man? Some of you may not have religious husbands, but the Lord loves your husband, even if your husband does not yet love the Lord. Why? What special gifts did God give your husband? When we ask ourselves these questions, we always find the answers. And then it feels nice. Like, oh yeah, I do like that guy. He is funny. He is fun. He has a good heart. He's a really good playing daddy. He's really good at providing for us. He's really good at bringing the whimsy. He's really good at bringing order. Right? There's so many different personality types. What is great about your husband? Why is he perfect for you? Why was it necessary that you marry this guy to become the saint that God is calling you to? Both the ways that he supports you and the ways that he challenges you to grow. when we begin to look at our husbands like this, it feels new. We are curious, we're interested, we're grateful. Your relationship with your husband is just a total of the thoughts that you have about him, and you have control over those. I want you to feel the hope of knowing that you by yourself can improve your marriage. You can improve your relationship with your husband. So often we feel stuck and trapped, and we give all of our power to them, and we say, well, if he would just then I could be happy. Then I could think we have a good marriage. But you can think that now. And if you're not sure that you can jump straight to that, listen to episode 10 about bridge thoughts. I'm becoming a woman who sees greatness in her husband. I'm learning to appreciate my husband. I'm practicing having more respect for my husband. And just notice how that changes. How you think about him and how you show up in your day-to-day life with him. Thanks so much for listening, and have a blessed day. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Catholic Mom Mindset. To learn more about growing closer to the Holy Spirit, check out our free resources at madeforgreatness.co. Thank you so much for listening, and have a blessed day.